From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth, brought to you by Simplify. We're back at Tommy Mac's, back at the bar with our good friend Jesse Stakes. He's come back once again. What's up, my man?
Thanks for having me.
How are you? Great to have you.
Good
How's
to see you.
life?
Can't complain.
Banking world good?
Absolutely.
Making a bunch of money, doing a bunch of deals, all that fun stuff.
Yes, sir. You know it.
Any challenges as of late? Are we still rocking this?
Everybody's a little bit afraid of COVID kind of rearing its head again, and I think that it's just everybody looks at risk in the banking business.
That's right.
Number one, that's what we look at. Yep. So everyone's looking at how is this new COVID variant going to affect things? Like good example is assisted living facilities.
Yeah.
People are living at home as long as they possibly can right now, rather than transitioning to assisted care. If they can stay with their family, they prefer to stay with their family.
Yeah.
So it absolutely is changing the way that we look at some things. Some industries for the good and some for the bad.
Yeah, no doubt. That risk is everything, isn't it? For
in
your side and
world,
the one borrowing as well. All right, Bonnie Low-Kramen is here. Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, Tom.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot.
How are you? Jersey girl, huh?
Yeah, Jersey
Ultimate
girl.
Assistant Training and Consulting?
Yep.
Who are we training? All the assistants of the world, or what are we doing?
And their leaders.
And their leaders, okay.
Got to tell you, COVID, well, for 25 years I worked as the personal assistant to an actress, Olympia Dukakis.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
cool.
spent a lot of time in Jersey.
Okay.
And she passed away this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Steel Magnolias, one of the
there
best.
There you go.
Favorite.
Right.
Who shuts off Steel Magnolias?
It's a great film. And Moonstruck.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So I wrote a book from that experience, and then since then, I've been traveling so much and dealing with companies, leaders and their assistants, figuring out how to do this partnership together.
Right.
Still only 24 hours in a day, and no one I know has enough time in their day.
That's right.
And what COVID has done is, with everybody working from home, is leaders really don't know what to do with this.
Right.
With this remote workforce. And like when they were in business school, no one ever trained them for how to deal with a whole workforce that's at home.
Yeah, right.
So I'm going in and training them together.
Okay, nice. What's the core, is there a core philosophy other than maybe great communication? What is
the four things that staff want most: respect, a sense of belonging in the organization, fair money, and professional development.
Okay.
They want the opportunity to grow and learn. I'm doing consultancy right now for the Wharton School of Business.
Okay,
with
cool.
the new dean there and the team, and they're looking at exactly the same thing: is how do they work best together?
Yeah.
Because a leader knows that if they have a great assistant, that's going to help them leverage the time in their day and make more money.
Very true.
Hey,
yeah,
if you save
absolutely.
time, that's money.
I interviewed Dick Vermeil once at the Super Bowl during Super Bowl week.
Cool.
I did it a few times. He's a great guy to talk to.
Yeah.
And he one year had these. He's got a winery, so he's like pushing his wine and whatnot. But he had this 7 steps to great leadership. Number 1, show them you care. I don't remember 2 through 7. I was like, that's brilliant, because that's all any of us want.
Absolutely.
That we walk into our workplace or our team or wherever, and people care about you.
Exactly.
And not just during the job, but off the job too. Like, if you really care, genuinely care for me, I'll do anything for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People will
Seems so simple.
throw themselves in front of a truck.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll do that. I'll try to tackle it.
Let's
go and slow it off. I got a chance.
We did a memorial for Olympia in August, just a few weeks ago in New York City. We opted to do it outside in Central Park at the Delacorte Theater. So because of COVID, we did it outside. And of course, we knew we were taking a chance because of rain. And it rained the entire time.
Oh, wow.
But we were supposed to have 350 people. 250 people showed up.
Wow.
And sat there for 2.5 hours.
What a legacy.
To honor her. And why?
Great.
Because she cared
cared
about each and every one of us. That, as the stories were coming out, that was the theme, is that this was a person who really gave a damn.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Eileen from We Search Research.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome
How are you?
to the bar.
Thank you.
What are we researching? Or what are you researching?
Yeah, so connecting people to clinical trials. So the last 8 years I've been working in specifically with recruitment for public health research, clinical research, marketing research, you name it. I've been in the recruitment business for that. So while I was doing recruitment in the hospitals and in outpatient settings, I noticed people don't really know about these opportunities that are available. It's like, why would I join a clinical trial? Well, there's actually a lot of reasons. There's no insurance involved, absolutely ever. You get paid most of the time to do these studies. You get a second opinion, and we live in a consumer market in healthcare, so we get to pick and choose now where we want our healthcare. So it's like, why not get that second opinion or get the most advanced treatment that's available to me out there?
Okay.
So really just helping people get connected to those opportunities that are out there.
Okay, in the healthcare world.
In the healthcare world.
Okay,
yes.
so are you like a staffing agency?
Almost, kind of. You can think of me in that way. So really just I really utilize social media because that's the day and age we live in now.
No doubt.
And, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, we are all looking for opportunities. And it could be maybe not for ourselves, but a parent, a friend, family member. I was just telling Bonnie that, you know, we have a clinical research trial at the University of Florida right now helping parents who have been affected, their children with type 1 diabetes, how have they been managing this during COVID? So kind of getting, you know, it's all different perspectives. What's telehealth been, you know, how are cancer patients being treated with telehealth? How are they, what's their feedback? So really just getting people those opportunities that they didn't know existed.
Is the teledoc still as popular as it was a few years ago?
It is, yeah, and even
people
more
are okay
so now.
with that. I mean, they have to. I guess you can't see them. I mean, you have to talk to them somehow. But
you know, in this day and age, telehealth is getting more popular-sized. I think that people are wanting to go back to the face-to-face, you know, with physicians, but we're getting used to it. We're getting immune to it. So as hopefully, knock on wood, we don't see any more surges in COVID, but you know, that very well could be our future. And so with this, we need to see all of our research opportunities. I know, I hope we
what
go.
variant's next?
I know.
What comes after Delta?
Yeah, American Airlines. No, I'm just kidding. But so, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
She didn't miss a beat.
That was good. How long have you been doing your business for?
2 years.
All right.
Yeah. So
how'd you get into it? Were you always into that, or?
So really, I just kind of saw the opportunity with last year with everything going on. I saw that people really needed something that you can't. They couldn't utilize their physician like they used to. So saw this opportunity last year. So I'm brand new, hot off the press, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this takes me in the future.
How about, go ahead, Jess.
With HIPAA laws, like how do you actually find people to participate in these trials?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So really, it's if I post a study and they're interested, they fill out a HIPAA compliant form on my website that's constantly being updated with FDA laws and PHI laws. So their information is completely protected. So once they fill that out, I get them helped enrolled in a study.
Awesome.
Is there a fee to them?
Yes.
There is a fee to them.
Wow. Awesome. All right, we're talking about all the highs. How about the challenges of what you do? What are the main challenges for you, Bonnie?
Well, you know, in this environment, companies needed to pivot so quickly to the virtual world. So I turned my home office into a television studio, essentially, and had to go from traveling a lot to doing the work from my office. Yeah. And, you know, so it's tricky, and there are pros and cons. You know, the pro, of course, is that if I finish a training like I did yesterday for Prudential, I can, you know, then go outside and sit on my patio. I don't have to get on an airplane.
That's right.
The con is that there's just such power in being with other people physically, like we are right now. I mean, it kind of feels special to be together today.
It's like sales. People think, I could just call, I can email, I can text, but the real sellers, they go in front of people and close the deal. Yeah,
the power's in the relationship and online with a webcam between us. It's not so easy to develop that rapport. Not everybody's good at it either.
Right. Plus, most people are like, I got another Zoom call. Let me change my shirt.
I
got to look the part, right? Like, I haven't been doing anything all day, but I got a Zoom call. I got to look like I'm doing something.
Yeah, I mean, how many Zoom calls do you do a day? I do a bunch.
Oh, a bunch.
Right?
Yeah,
you?
Absolutely.
Well, and it's structure. I mean, like, I feel like with the Zoom calls, you end up having to have an intentional structure to the conversation, whereas when we're sitting here just talking amongst each other, it feels much more natural. You don't have to demand somebody's attention or command it. You just have it. It's just there. You're not going to turn around and start looking at something else during our conversation. We're going to continue speaking.
I'm worried about young people. Like, we all know what it's like to be in a room with other people, but younger people, I mean, I've got a 33-year-old son, and the younger people, even younger than him, I'm concerned about the ways in which they're going to be able to relate, because everybody's on a device, and for good reason. Are you worried about that too?
No, I think it's funny you said it. Case in point, so my 17-year-old's telling me about a boy that's trying to get her attention. I said, does he come up to you in school and talk? She's like, oh no, he won't say a word to me in face to face. Like, what? She's like, yeah, it's all on TikTok or whatever. Whatever it's called, chit chat or whatever. And I'm like, really? He doesn't come up to you at all? She's like, no, he's scared to death of me. I'm like, okay.
So what's that going to look like going forward?
Cut him loose is what I said. You don't have the cojones to come up to you.
He hasn't even met her dad yet. What? He hasn't even met her dad yet.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big test. Well, it's great having you on the show. Best of luck. Thank you, Eileen.
So much.
Great to see you, Bonnie.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Always a pleasure,
man. Always a pleasure. Have great guests here on The Horse's Mouth each and every episode. Brought to you by Simplify and filmed right here at Tommy Mac's place. Until next time, be safe and stay cool. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.